Hello and welcome to this video. This is a video I'm making to force myself to regularly upload videos so I can share my life in Europe. I've been living here for 15 years now, and most of the people back in the States where I'm from have very little or no idea of my life here. And so many people nowadays, they talk about moving to Europe because, especially because of the political situation there. A lot of people don't feel safe. A lot of people feel generally uncomfortable. And I think culturally, Europe feels like a sort of safe place for people uh, to imagine themselves going to escape that. And I suppose it could be. Um, but I think also people have a very, especially Americans, they have a very different idea about the reality of Europe, about living here. Maybe if you've just been here on vacation, or even if you've spent, a considerable amount of time here, if you don't live here, you really miss a lot of the cultural nuance. And I think part of what I want to post here will speak to that, will sort of reveal what may or may not be the facts about that. People make up their own facts when presented with something. So, right, we're in a world of alternative facts these days. But whatever. I lived in Austria for about 12 years. I've lived in Italy for almost 4 years now. Spent lots of time in Germany, a fair amount of time in France, and yeah, I think I can offer some perspective. It's going to be a busy year. Um, I'll be flying a lot, so there will be a lot of aviation related content on here. Um, some other things going on that I'll get into sort of eventually, but starting next week, I guess maybe the content will be a little bit more interesting. I'm going to Portugal for a couple of weeks. I'll do some filming there. Just interested in showing the sort of nuance of Europe, the cultural nuance. You have so many people in America that say that they're Italian. There's so many people that say they're German. They don't speak a word of Italian. They don't speak a word of German, um, or French. Portuguese, etc. Americans love to say that there's something that they're not, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm American. I say that I'm American. I've always said that I'm American. If people want to talk about my roots, that's a different thing that has nothing to do with being American. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of people make when they associate their heritage with their nationality when they are in fact American. Um, but whatever, I won't get too much into that right now. Um, but yeah, so this is a very, I don't know, sort of boring video, but I wanted to force myself to upload it so that I could start with this and continue uploading content and yeah, see who is interested.